me? Well, hello, beautiful. How are you? You're so quiet and so sweet. I love you just like your mama, aren't you? She's not beautiful? You know what? You're wrong. I want you to look at Pastor Bill. The Scripture says that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. And you know what that means? That means she's beautiful. That means that she's beautiful. That means that he's good looking. That means that he's handsome. That means that he's handsome. That means that she's gorgeous, because we're all made in the image of Christ. Did you know that? And by the way, you should never say if somebody's beautiful or not, because they're made by God. And if you don't think they're beautiful, you know what you're saying? You're saying, God, you didn't do a very good job on making them. And I don't think I would want to do that. Do you? Now, that wasn't what we were supposed to talk about today, but it sounds like it fit in pretty well, didn't it, huh? Okay, boys and girls, I want to remind you on your way out, we're going to pray before you go, but I'm going to remind you on your way out. Remember how we talked about our tithes and offerings last week, where you bring change or money with you, and we put them in the back. In your classes today, they have little treasure chests, little miniature treasure chest. Is that right? Yeah, they have treasure chests, and you can put your change in there. Did any of you guys bring change or offerings, money to put in the treasure chest this morning? Anybody?
What are offerings?
Well, that's a great question, Bryson. Offerings is where when the Lord gives us money, that we give 10% of that back to God. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Let me give you an example. Let's say you get a $1 allowance this week.
What is allowance?
An allowance. Now I remember which family you're from. I understand. Well, anyway, you can talk with your dad and mom about that later and clear that up. How many of you get an allowance?
No.
How many of you get money each week from your moms and dads? How many of you want money each week from your moms and dads? Wow. All right. Well, let me tell you this. Whenever you get an allowance, that's where you get a little bit of money because you do chores at the house. Are you listening? Well, do you get an allowance for doing that? Nope. You don't get an allowance? Wow. Your parents are tight white people, aren't they? Well, anyway, tithes and offering. Just go ask your mom and dad for $1 to put in the envelope today. On your way out, just ask your mom for $1 or your dad for $1, and don't push, guys. To put in the offering envelope. I guess next time we're going to have a class on tithes and offerings. And it's hard to give a tithe or offering, moms and dads, when we don't give our kids allowances. Anyway, so we're going to pray.